Yeah! Just had to time that with the music. I couldn't resist. I couldn't resist. It was too epic. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another Chillin Buildin. Chillin in a building. What's going on? Waspy McTavish is in the house. What's up, dude? Eli Jones is along here. What's up, Eli? Gargan for real. Hey, dude. How you doing? Dambo is there as well. Solo Spirit's in the house. Solius is in the house. Jaguar Buzzard. Block placement intensifiers. It always does with that particular track. Begodin, what's up, dude? How it goes wild. Dan Gleeble's a great name as well. And myself. Samuel Patra, what's up, dude? What's up? Hands in the air. Blocks like you don't care.
Bits and bobs.
It's Spanj. He is. Devil Dog's in the house as well. And he's slamming down 495 bits. What a hero. Thank you very much, sir. That was crazy, man. It was a bit crazy. I apologize. Dark Pappy. Hey, dude. What's up? Welcome along, everybody. Hi. How the devil are you? How the devil are you all on this fine Saturday? It's a bit warm. It's a bit warm today. Prince Casper, what's up? What's happening? Welcome along. If I look out my window, hence, it's hazy. There's like an air of smoke above the city because every bastard is having a barbecue, I think. It's a beautiful day over here in the UK. It's probably the warmest day of the year so far, I think. And we're all locked inside because of lockdown, because of COVID-19, because of bastard coronavirus. But yeah, no, it's a beautiful day out there, and I hope it's a beautiful day wherever you guys are in the world as well, and you've had a nice time. Sweating balls, devil time. Yeah, a little bit like that, a little bit. It's like the first hot day of the year, and so my body is very much kind of like, nah, it's winter, mate. You know, it's winter, so no, it can't be hot. And then as soon as a bit of temperature comes along, it's like, fuck, I'm made of sweat. It's just crazy. And it's not even that hot. It's like 22, 23 degrees here. That's nothing. 2 degrees C. Bet that smells awesome. Barbecue. It does. It does. The entirety of the city of Bristol in the United Kingdom is awash with the smell of meat on fire. It's great. I recognise that build. Yeah, so we are back. We're back with the Temple again. This is probably going to be the last stream on the Temple, to be fair, guys. We're nearly finished with it. I want to do a couple more things to it before we sort of put a pin in this one and move on to the next one. So for those of you that haven't been watching or keeping track of these streams recently, I'm missing a block. What? How did that happen? We'll have to replace that. That's simply unacceptable. What I was trying to say is, what we're trying to do is create a POI, a whole new faction, in fact, for the game, for Imperion, called the Brotherhood of Farr. Damn it, it was only a half block as well. I have massively failed. I don't even know how to build my own build. Somebody help me. Yeah, we're trying to build a new faction for the game called the Brotherhood of Farr. They're based on a faction that I had already built for my old multiplayer server I used to run before it became way too much to deal with. And they are basically a religious, fanatical, yet somewhat peaceful faction who worship this guy called Farr, and they're obsessed with gold. And so their temples are very much adorned with and gilded in gold decorations, and it's the sort of dark colors with the gold and stuff highlights. And it's all about just ostentatious design and blah 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 blah. Anyway, that's what we're trying to do. So this is the first POI of hopefully many that will come later, and I'm not going to focus all of my Chillin Buildin streams purely on building POIs. We will build normal stuff again, but I wanted to, because Elion have asked for factions, they have asked for builds and POIs and stuff to fill their now enormous galaxy with stuff. I thought, yeah, okay, that's a pretty good cause to jump behind. Let's see if we can build something. So here we are. Yeah, this is the temple so far. I think for the most part, the outside is done, apart from maybe a bit more texturing, which I'll do probably off camera, because, you know, it's not particularly interesting to watch me try a texture, remove it, try a different texture, remove it, try a third texture, remove it. You get the idea. So I'll probably do a lot of extra texturing off camera and finish that off. Where we got to is here's pretty much done, and we were downstairs in the catacombs. In the catacombs. Sounds like you, Spank, all about the gold. Devil Dog. You know it. You know it, mate. Yeah, we're in the catacombs because this is where the POI bit starts. So this up here is all very much above board. You know, it's what you would expect the Brotherhood to have. Temple-y type things and, you know, religion and preaching and nothing shady at all. You go down into the catacombs, however. And initially, everything looks catacomby. You know, old statues, random bits of furniture and stuff. And then all of a sudden, you're like, that's a very technological and secure-looking door over there. What on earth's going on here? You go through this door. And this is where the POI actually starts. Now, obviously, none of this is textured or anything yet. But we're going to have a corridor here where, I mean, first of all, you're going to have to breach this door if you want to get through it. You have to breach that door, which means probably angering, upsetting the Brotherhood, because you'll be destroying their blocks and they won't be very happy with that. So instantly you're unfriendly with the Brotherhood, if you're not already unfriendly, that is, of course. You'll come down here, you'll be greeted with some friends who will attack you. Proceed through these corridors of weirdness before coming across even more weirdness. And this is where we got to, basically. We got to this area where we're going to create some odd-looking medical labs that look like they may be a bit, you know, dodge. Bit dodgy. We're like, hang on about it. What's going on here? This doesn't look very Brotherhoody and, you know, stuff. So you'll have a couple of labs, and we'll have some loots and stuff in here. We'll have some baddies and nasties and stuff to come after you and whatnot. Anyway, the last corridor then takes you through to power room, where there's an enormous generator for a building this size. Why would the Brotherhood need to power their temple with something so ridiculous, right? And the final room will be like a control room, where I'm hoping I can figure out the new security card system, and we can get a security card system set up where the final door that will be here will lead round into the vault. Which is where the nicest loot is, basically. There'll be loot all around, but if you can get into the vault, then, you know, you've made it, kind of thing. And that's the POI. That's the POI, basically. So, spoiler alert. Maybe a bit late. So what we're going to do today is we're just going to make some lab stuff. We're going to make some labs, and we're going to set some nice nasty stuff to come out of these labs. What I do need is possibly some heavy glass, because I would like to set up some like quarantine style type thing, you know? Have like some quarantine style windows, and have like some spawners in there that spawn nasties in, and it makes it look like the Brotherhood are doing experiments they really shouldn't be doing. So we've got some quarantine stuff, some normal heavy glass. Johnny's in the chat, everybody. Johnny, thank you very much for the 13 months, sir. That's awesome. That is very cool. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Operator Hoots here as well. Hey, Operator, how's it going, dude? Sub hype. Quite right. Quite right. Stuart's evil lair. It is. It's remarkably similar to playing Evil Genius when you're designing POIs. It's all about how do we trip up the player? How do we make the player react, struggle? But ultimately, we want them to defeat it. We want them to win. This isn't an impossible POI. This is a very much an entry level POI. We don't want them to. See, that is, it is. Oh, wait, am I doing it wrong? Yeah. That is really annoying. Why is it like that? Why? Why don't we line up properly? You swine. Hurry on.
Noise.
Make it line up properly. Bastards. Absolute bastards, aren't they? Right, okay. Fine. Hazard and Shade Official. Dude, thank you so much for the sub. That's awesome. Also, great name. Hazard and Shade Official. You can board what? What? Hang on, what? Mid door and not edge door. So you want the mid door. But the mid door is the same problem. It's not quite lined up. I suppose it's a little bit lined up, but we're gonna have to edge the glass anyway, and not in a good way. I don't know what that means. Right. So what did I just say? Dear Lord. Okay. So but I want that, but with a thingy on it, like that. That's the one. That with a thingy. That's the description I'm going with. You guys will have to figure it out from there. How do I get that over there? Is there another one in the opposite corner? Yeah, there is. There we go. That with a thingy is deployed. We want a double window. There we go. There we go. That's what we want, isn't it? Nice quarantine area. So what we'll do is we'll tempt the player in with a nice loot box. Okay, so the player will come in. Oh, there's a nice red loot box there, and we'll stick a grey one in the opposite corner there as well. So, ooh, 2 loots. Yes, yes, yes. That's what we like to see, right? Now we'll have some maybe some interesting tableware in there. We don't want to create too much stuff in here really, because it'll just get in the way. But let's have a couple of tableware, maybe a couple of these weird tank things. Now what would be cool is if they had a damaged version of this that was clearly broken open. That would be sweet. Have a quick check actually. Damaged blocks. I'm assuming these guys, they're not damaged deco, they're just like damaged, aren't they? What about that one? That's too big. Yeah. It'd be interesting to try and make a sort of damaged kind of effect from one of these, but I don't think... Well, we could do something like that and then put one of these on its side, but I mean, even then it's like... Yeah, it doesn't quite work, does it? Let's just stick with the normal ones. So we have 3 of these on the wall, and these have their own loot in them as well. So, you know, little bio-containery type things. And one of the things I quite like to do is you get this symbol work here, this stuff here. Come here. Yes. Except so that, remarkably, through glass, looks like it might be like blood or something, you know, or just excrement. Yeah, just somebody had a bit of a hard time there. It's just, right, so player goes towards player inevitably. Now, trying to predict the player's movements here. I've put 2 different types of container in here, red one and a white one. I suspect the player is going to go for the red one first. So we're going to put 2 spawners in here. Okay, now I'm going to configure these so that their spawn radius is huge at the moment. Okay, so we want left control, left alt. Let's bring it all down, bring it all together, because we don't want these things to spawn until the player is right on top of them. That's the smallest, basically the smallest we can make that one. So pretty much as soon as they step there, they're going to get whatever I configure this to spit out. Total horrors, I think. Oh yeah, we're going to have 2 of them. We're gonna make them. We're gonna make them alien, obviously, because you can't be friends with alien. Because there might be some way to get in here without upsetting the Talon, and so a player might have free reign throughout because you know their reputation is high enough. So if I spawn the horrors as Brotherhood, sorry, not Talon, as Brotherhood, then the horrors won't attack. So I spawn them as alien. Take the static thing off, and let them roam around and do whatever they want. A couple of total horrors, because, you know, weird lab thing, why not? And we'll do the same for this one as well. Interactive setup. These things work just the same as motion sensors. Have I done that one? Here we go. I was like, that's not moving. That's not moving either. That's that one. How big is that? That's almost perfect, but we want to make... No, not that one. That one. So yeah, that spawns the second they cross into that red threshold there. And this will be maybe something a little more abominous. Abominous. A trader. Send a trader after them. An overseer? Maybe not. There's serious clipping issues with overseers. Golems, maybe a bit too much as well. Assault cyborgs, not quite what we're after. Talon crawler, interesting. That's all we've got to choose from. Why can't we choose spiders? Where are the spiders? Oh, there they are. 1, 2, and 3 spiders. Do we want spiders? I think they're a bit generic, really. What else we got? Hexapod. Hexapods. They're nasty little bastards, they are. Yeah, we'll have a hexapod. We'll have a hexapod come out of there, along with total horrors as well. Because these bastards, they do a lot of damage. So, what on earth are the Brotherhood doing that causes hexapods to come at them when they enter this room of doom? Who knows? Who knows? We want a signal block, because what I want to do here is I want to blow up that wall. Where are explosive blocks? There they are. Radius. That's the champ. That's the champ right there. So explosive blocks are fun. So yeah, because I want some sort of event to trigger off the spawning. I don't want to just spawn in and these guys just spawn out of thin air, don't they? So, you know. If that explodes, those tanks explode, it kind of might give a reason for those things to spawn in. No, not Alien Bug 03. Not yet. Don't they have minions? Make it a creepy. Creepy things are annoying. Yeah, they're just... They're all plant monster replacement, aren't they? They don't really do anything. That's the insane way. Hopefully everybody has a good time. Stefan, yeah, completely agree, mate. Hopefully. Bunch of creeps. Select spawn to really make it chaotic. Select respawn, yeah. They just keep coming. Oh, that'd be mean. So explosive blocks are fine, but you do need to tie them with something. So you could do a trigger plate. You could do a trigger plate because you know you'll have to stand on it in order to walk through that door. But motion sensors generally are a little bit more reliable, I think. But they can be seen. I mean, obviously you can see that before you enter the room. You might be like, oh, well, that's a dead giveaway, right? I ain't going in there. The other option is a laser one on the wall over here or something, but we've got objects already in the way. So yeah, I might do trigger plate. Don't worry, it won't always look like that. It will just look like a normal part of the floor. There we go. So come on. So this is the trigger plate lab 1 lab 1 expl, and then that explosive. Something weird is going on here. Thank you. I think it's having a bit of a hard time. So that, yeah, on, I think. On or toggle, follow, I don't know, I think it's just on. Turn the explosive on when I trigger the plate. And there's one way to find out. Yeah, that works. Yeah, there we go. Smashing. Oh, this is going to take far too long. To retexture all of this now. Oh wow, that is some radius of damage. That is, isn't it? Look at that, all the way on the outside. You bastard. Okay, I think that's concrete there, isn't it? Yeah, it will be. Well, at least that could be steel. That could be concrete. Oh, look, where's my texture? Nothing here happened. What? What? Yeah. Early on in there, special textures. Right. We know that works. Okay. If you hit that and it's on, that will explode that block. And we can just set that back to the same texture as everything else. And it looks the same, and we can do the same with the trigger plate. There we go. Everything is blended in. Now I just have to remember to not stand there when I'm flying around doing stuff. As inevitably I will stand there and blow that all up again. Yeah. Visions of the outpost. The outpost. Yes. Let's turn the signals off for now. Hide the motion sensor behind the lab table. Yes, you could do. Could do that. And I have to move the lab table out, I suppose, but that's not too big a deal. I have to move everything around. Let's stick with the trigger plate for now and let's see how that works. Right. You guys, let's get a few more furnishings back in here. I have a bathroom vanity outside there, so you know you can go and wash your hands and whatnot. I'll have a couple of control stations, maybe a little. Basically, very technological and very curious. Why the Brotherhood of Farr, an organization apparently so benevolent and stuff, would have a laboratory stashed underneath their temple. What's that about, right? So a couple of lab tables. And these all have loot in them, so this is pretty good stuff. Pretty generous. This is like a surgical table thing, isn't it? Actually, that's a good point. We can add some medical blocks in here, just to zhuzh it up even more. We won't have plants in a medical thing because. Oh, we're doing experiments on people. Oh. yeah, pretty much. Pretty much, exactly. Got a bit of room to move around. We'll put some of these on the wall. I like putting these on the wall. They look pretty good. Just stuck them on the wall like that. I don't want to overdo it. And it's very easy to just overdo it. So let's pause there and just have that. What I'm going to do is put some spotlights on the ceiling here. The spotlight angle, probably about 15, let's say 20. Intensity 3, range 10. Give me a slightly bigger spotlight angle anyway. Maybe 25. Yeah. Tell us what you saw. The shame that the beds don't quite line up properly, but yeah. Hey, C2C, what's up, dude? Give him a pokey pokes. Yeah. Gaming Trucker, dude, thank you so much for the sub. Amazing. Very, very cool. Much appreciated, sir. Bloodstained floor for ambiance. Yeah. Well, we got the blood staining going on in here. Because the quarantine, yeah. But I mean, we could probably do maybe a bit of that. Let's see. Oh, under there. Somebody had an accident. It's a shame you can't, like, it's brown. It's brown. So it looks like somebody's had a proper accident rather than blood, but on sort of, I suppose we could make it weird and make it green, like green alien blood sort of thing. I don't know, but yeah, we'll have a bit of splatterage going on there. Lovely, lovely. Okay, do a bit of shaping with the blocks. So we've got a lot of space in it. It's very square, and I just have a problem with like very square rooms like this. I've got to close them in and make them all claustrophobic and stuff. Just that's what I've got to do. This is gonna work. Not quite. Somebody put an archway in the middle there, didn't they? Ah, why would you do that? No, no, not necessary. Okay. But we can do something here. Make this very like a rounded kind of thing. This makes it creepier. Creepier. Creepier is what we want. Why is there green on the wall? Right, there's a couple of extra different textures here as well, because we've got some connection points going on. And those there, so they need a bit of different texturing. Let's maybe stick a couple of vent type things around there. Let's stick a vent on the ceiling as well. So yeah, there we go. A little bit of texture, not much, a little bit of texture. Let's have a couple of cables behind these. We can get around the hitboxes, and these badges are going to have vents running up them. That. Out it. Oh. Oh, you bugger. George, dude, thank you very much for the follow. Very cool, very cool. What? Oh, yeah, concrete to steel. Same texture, but in different locations, so. Alian! Sort your bloody textures out. Alright, what's going on in the chat? I'm not bad, mate, just miss playing Imperion. Yeah, we'll get on it then, Merlin, come on. Chris, dude, I once farted so hard I thought my colon had fallen out. I guess that's what it would have looked like. Oh right, the mess on the floor. I get you. Yeah. Lovely story. Thanks for sharing with the group. How do you remove blocks in creative without using multi-tool? You hold shift. You have to have a block in your hand. So like this, hold shift, right click, and away it goes. And you can delete them as fast as you can click them, so they go pretty quickly. Right, so let's have a bit more lighting in here, because I realise it's a little bit dark. A little bit dark, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll have a bit of light. Let's turn spotlight motor off, and that will flood the room with bright white light. We don't want it that intense. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay, and we'll have no light in there. Yeah, that looks pretty. It looks pretty creepy, isn't it? Why is the quarantine room all dark? What's going on here then? I like it. We'll have some warnings. Ah, these don't line up properly. Actually, that might work. Actually, that might work quite well. Let's do that. No, don't go in there. If you like, if you want to live. I don't know why I've gone all northern. I've gone all north now. Hey, Dragon Ted, thank you very much for the $2 over on Super Chat on YouTube. Much appreciated, sir. That's very cool. That will make my life so much better. What? Shift right click, yeah. Spanj, I can play single player, but can't play multiplayer. Downfall of Linux. Then play single player, sir. There's still plenty to do. But yeah, you know, I get it. You want to play some multiplayer. That sucks. But also, you chose Linux. You did choose Linux. I feel like that's a you problem. Sorry, if you came here for helpful advice, this is not the place. Yeah, you definitely chose Linux. What? Oh, you're on the wrong way round. Need to go that way. There we go. You're all in line now. There we go. So, lab. We have a creepy lab. There's quite a lot of loot in here, actually. These tables, these boxes, those all have loot in them. They're all containers. Obviously, once you go in here, 2 nice loot boxes, providing you can kill your way to them. And then you go through this archway, and we're not going to have another quarantine in here, but we are going to have, like, creepy, I think a creepy, like, medical ward. Like a hospital. Okay, so, like, hospitals are quite easy to do. You just line up beds like this. And have them on the opposite side as well. You could do some quite cool stuff. We get the blocks. We can create these pillars. You can just put pillars down, and in between each one evenly. And we can actually use the nicer pillars rather than these ones. We don't have to use these ones. But you know, you can create from this wards. What are they called? Wards, or it's kind of like oh, we don't need the second pillars, do we? Isolation thingies. Isolation thingies. We'll go with that. There's a pillar. There we go. And then these are traditionally used as pipings. But if you texture them with a cloth texture, they can look like curtains. And I think there's a way. I thought there was a half of these somewhere. Maybe that is in the broken blocks. What's the... Nah, screw it. 1 minute. Well, these ones. These... Oh, no, they're wrecked. Yeah, they're not helpful. That's not helpful. Okay, well. Point is, yes, you can create these and they look like curtain type things. So we apply cloth-like texture to them, or even like carpet like that. Something with a little pattern on it, maybe. Probably not appropriate for an actual hospital, but you know, it can make it look a little bit more carpety, is the point. Wood, not good. Wood has the wrong effect. All the game runs fine using STEM, Proton. It's EAC that won't work. Turning EAC, oh yeah, you need EAC for multiplayer, don't you? Yeah. There are some private servers that don't run with EAC. Un momento, por favor. Thank you very much, Lucas Stone. There you go. Memento. Oh dear. I get tongue-tied. Get tongue-tied. Right. Un momento, por favor. There you go. So we're going to make these like a light bluish colour. Is that going to work? I don't know. What colour are like hospital curtains? Who's been in hospital recently? Do share. Blue. Let's go with blue, but it's probably like the normal blue. Isn't it? There we go. We're going to make some little divider type thingies anyway. That's the point. Right. And actually, just normal walls up there. There we go. And that's actually kind of annoying because that takes up an entire block, right where we don't really want it to. But we can work around it. So I like to have above the hospital beds these little blocks here. These can... What am I doing? That way up. So they look like little, I don't know, little aircon devices or monitoring stations or whatever. Be whatever you want. Use your imagination. There we go. And then on the end of each bed, little computer terminal. There we go. Creepy hospital. One creepy ass hospital. We'll stick a... Oh, we can't. Look at that. All the blocks are now taken. So I don't know how I'm going to get light in there. That's an interesting issue, isn't it? I can't be asked for that track. Skip. How are we going to get light over there? I don't know how. I feel like maybe taking advantages of the block bleed, but also we've got a bit of space. We could dig into these here. Not ideal, but it's a bit of light at the end of the tunnel there. And actually, then we can maybe add some furniture in there. Hospital style furniture storage. A bit of light is not a huge amount, but we can extend the range of these things so we can take them up to 20 meters. But the problem is, because they're not, well, I mean, even if they were spotlighted, that light is going to bleed through everything. Look how it just lights the front of the temple up in an eerie kind of. It's such a. It's eerie. It's kind of like, yeah, self-lighting temple. Well, there we go. Okay, so we've got a bit of a creepy hospital going on. We could probably do something better with that later, but I'm not too worried about it for now. Yeah. Okay. So in this bit we could put actual medical devices, a couple more of the surgical beds. Certainly not as creepy as the last room, but it's still pretty creepy. Cryo chambers? Couple of those. I'll have another light or two at the other end here as well. Not that intense though. Sorry, I thought the wife was dying there. Either she's died or she's gotten over it. The noise has stopped. Right. Where's... Oh, there it is. I was going to say, like, where's the actual medical chamber? That would be good. That would be a good one to have here. Okay. Right. Creepy room number 2. And again, I'd like to have everyone feeling fairly claustrophobic. A little bit of wall shaping as well. Hey Spanj, good to be here with you. And you, Brian. Welcome along, dude. You swap. Set the medical to 000. No! I was going to say inspired by Joseph Mengel's work, shudders. Spanj, see my comment on last YouTube video about buying gold for 250? Yeah, dude, I've been doing that for a while now. I think I did that a couple of episodes ago. I have a feeling that all stuff that Elion said would be introduced in A2L won't make it till next version, which is getting old. They always say something, then hold off or break something else. Yeah, they do that a lot. They'll put something in and don't finish it. Worth a try. Stu. Yeah, cheeky. No. You're not going to be able to use that. That's not yours. You can't use that. Okay, so we're going to do some more symbols. Some more grubbiness underneath these things here. This isn't a very clean hospital, put it that way. Let's put some around the bed as well. These guys died. This guy didn't end well for him. And we got a couple of salt cyborgs in here, I think. Should put a we don't need them to be salt cyborgs, but they can be mechanoids of any sort, really. So let's bring the spawn radius down, so it's on this level at least, and then salt cyborg sentinel, mechanoid. So we want maybe just one mechanoid, I think will be fine. Same as base. Yep. Same. Bring his thing down. And this guy will be a mechanoid as well. And just the one. Yeah, same as base. So a couple of roaming mechanoids, because the backstory, I haven't sort of finished it yet. I'm still working on it, but the backstory I've been writing for the Brotherhood of Farr is that they don't fight themselves. They don't do any soldering themselves. If they need any soldering done, they basically get machines to do it. So they just buy the best sort of war robots and whatnot on the market. So within the POI, other than the quarantine room here, will be mostly mechanoids and stuff that you'll be fighting inside these things, rather than the aliens themselves. Although there might be like an alien at the end of the control room, maybe that you do have to fight. That's not a mechanoid. Anyway, we've got a couple of creepy labs, and there is a bit of loot in at least one of them. So, and you got things like the wardrobes and stuff, which you can get. You could at least get a armor boost from, or something like that. Okay, so again, put some vents on these ones, and weird thingies on those ones. Very white and sterile, but very not sterile. There's crap everywhere. Some people have had a very bad day. Yeah. Let's add a couple more computer terminals in here, actually. Let's just... Yeah, okay. Cool. Labs. The doors... They won't have a lot, though. You won't be able to get... actually, no. Let's put these ones at 000. So, in order to provide open access to something that is in... Ooh, token! NPCs can open door. No, that's not. Token! Interesting. Well, that's how maybe the... how you get the keycard thing. Robocop 2.0, you're under arrest in a hospital bed. Actually, I guess I to expand on the buying gold to EVA and reselling comment. You did this to get EVA boosts for cheap a few episodes ago, but your last episode you were complaining about prices of large bridges and were short by a lot. This is a way to make bank for nothing. Maybe I didn't cover it in the episode then, but yeah, I mean I have been selling EVA boosts, a lot of them, creating them and stuff, but yeah, and I appreciate it. I think a few people have suggested the same thing. I possibly just didn't actually cover it in the episode. Actually quite like that as a floor texture. That works pretty well. But yeah, it's only a corridor, it doesn't really matter. Now, so this corridor here is the kind of corridor to the last section of the POI. So I want to make this a doozy. A bit of a bastard. Absolute bastard, in fact. What we're going to do is we're going to use trigger plates, motion sensors, and possibly a trip sensor as well. Bunch of sensors. Oh, damn it. So, you know what's coming. I think you can all predict what I'm about to do. I might maybe being too mean here, maybe. Is there such a thing? I don't know. Possibly not. Possibly there is. Now see that, I think that'll be too easy. Blow that one sentry gun up and you're out. Let's put another one there. These sentry guns, they're very easy to blow up, but yeah. Okay. So, what we're going to do is we're going to set a tripwire motion sensor here, which you should be able to spot fairly easily, I think. You know, you'll see that and blow it up before you trip the thing. We're also going to put a motion sensor... actually, no, we're not going to put a motion sensor there. And we're going to put a couple of trigger plates along the floor here. Oh, I'm such a bastard. And we're going to put a motion sensor the other side of the wall. So there is absolutely no way around this. This will happen to you. Lock people in to the corridor of death. Stu! Why would you assume... Yeah, that's exactly it. That's pretty much exactly what I'm going to do. Right. So we now need to name each of these ones. So let's go signal logic. This one is corridor trip. Bits and bobs. Corridor floor 1. That ball bloke. Hey, dude. What's up, dude? Thank you very much for the bit. Sorry I'm late again every week, I know, but one day I'll be on time. It's no problem, dude. Welcome along to the stream. Darfa Rafa says, do you mean chats that look like the... Oh, I missed something. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Seem they release a new phase every week. Yes, I think so. I think basically every Wednesday or so, depending on how testing goes and stuff. 2 3. And door law 4. So we've got quite a lot of sensors here. Let's configure this last one. And we're going to do bridge door motion. Device interactive setup. Okay. That's not too bad actually. That one, there we go. We only want that to sort of trigger once you get near the door. So yeah, so we've got a bunch of sensors. Now what we want to do is we want to create a new circuit. We've got quite a few here. We've got 6 sensors, but we can only have a maximum of 4 in an OR. So we have to group them and then group them again, I think. Why conceal the security features at all, though? Well, I mean... Does everyone already know that Evil Genius is currently free? Wrong stream for this, I know, but if people are interested, then go to the developer page. Oh, yeah. I conceal the security features, I suppose, because otherwise you just know what's coming and you just shoot them off the wall before they trigger. And obviously you're watching this, so you'll be able to avoid these little plates if you watch this back. Although I might move them off camera just to throw you guys off. But because I want this to absolutely trigger for when the player goes in. I don't want them to be able to just like go straight through and not have to experience this. Better to leave them out as reassurance to the faithful and a warning to the inconstant. We want your spider laugh. The spider laugh. The evil, insane. Yeah. Also my evil laugh. That is both the same thing. Anyway, so I think what we have to do is we have to create a circuit of ORs. Add OR, so that's maybe like, we can do one for the floor. Order 1, 2, 3, 4 makes corridor floor corridor floor, and then we create another one, add circuit, and we do corridor floor, corridor not sentry, corridor trip, and corridor motion. There we go, and we call that corridor trap. We wanted to put the yeah, that's fine. Corridor trap. Okay, so that should any of those will set off corridor trap. So now we just have to go through and set the on off to corridor trap and set it to follow. I've turned the signals off at the moment, so that's why it's not doing anything. But we'll just go through and set everything. We got the doors. Doors, I think, maybe need to be inverted. I think they absolutely do, actually. Spawner. Or a trap. The sentries. Or a trap. Or a trap. Ooh, hello. And these out here as well. Or a trap. Invert. Corridor trap. Invert. So now if we turn signals on, it will seem to be out for some reason. Okay. Yes, the doors are open by normal. Okay, so when you come up here, you go through and you trip one of these off. The doors lock behind you. They said they lock behind you. Right, there we go. Are these gonna... Ah, I know what I've done. I know what I've done. I've done follow rather than toggle, haven't I? Or actually, they shouldn't be. They shouldn't be. They should just be on. I think. Be on so that they just do once, because I only want them to come out once, don't I? So. Wait. That doesn't seem to do anything now. Hang on. Ah, this is a difficulty because I set them as a toggle. They'll close. And then they're just open again when you set the next trigger off. Corridors are never trapped, so everyone knows that there are always turrets in the walls, which is why they carry rockets. I left a couple of POIs for Broken Eden in Discord. Nice. Indian sentries look angry. Yeah. So these ones I think can set these to, you know, these to just on. I mean, I don't know how to set the shutter doors to. Once they close, they stay closed, if you know what I mean. Right. So, go through, step on the thing. That doesn't close. Those ones do. And then they open again. Did they? Goddamn shutter doors, man. Set them to off. Wanted torture chamber, just put a detector in a room, strap people to a chair and ping the detector. Add set reset in a circuit. Hang on. Set reset latch. So if you set them to off, you can still open them manually. Yeah, you can only do that if you have the code though, because they act like a normal door. So you can add, you can give these a 0 code like anything else. If you don't have that, then I don't think you can set them. Yeah. So what's this? How does this set reset thing work then? So corridor trap. Do I set that as a corridor?
Nailed it.
So I set these to corridor shut. Is that how, am I doing it right? And some hidden which is the reset. Right. Go through, trigger the thing. It doesn't set them off. Oh, I don't know how this works. Maybe we'll just take these damn things out. I think the set, reset, delay, invert. Reset latch. to set latch, and then the lock unlock? No, I think that just Spanj, try removing the invert on the shutter. Not the math. Must keep interest. I know, right? Well, that seemed to close one of them. And then just open it again. And close the other one. What's the difference between you two? Oh, you're on follow and you're on toggle and on. Right. Toggle. Set reset latch. I think I don't know. Could just make the whole damn corridor triggers. Ooh. Yeah, could do. Wouldn't work. So I don't know how to get the doors to stay shut once they're shut. Basically. I could set, instead of any other triggers, I just set the motion sensor to do it all. And then well, so rather than having like 14 different triggers, take all these out. Take you out and just have the motion sensor do it all. Am I going mad? Yes, I am going mad, aren't I? Absolutely mental. Right. Okay, so the motion sensor, corridor motion. You can get about there. Yeah, okay. Okay, let's remove all this rubbish. We set these now. Corridor motion. Toggle. Now. Oh, stop it, you two. It does mean that once you set the motion sensor off, right, go into the field. It should. No, it's not, is it? God damn it! Right, let's take the invert off. Doors are open. Go into the field. They lock. Come out of the field. They don't unlock. Great. Until you go back into it, and then they open again. But you know, well, I can't do. I don't think I could do much more than that. Right. So, corridor motion on. Corridor motion on. I'm not moving. I mean, I'm moving a little bit, but stop it. Toggle. No idea. Oh yeah, we gotta set this guy up, haven't we? So we're gonna set him up with a couple of mechanicals, I think. Mechanoids, here we go. Two of those, same as base. And they're triggered by the same motion sensor. Okay. Off. Off. Where's the other sentry? Oh, you bastards! These are just set to on, so you know they just come on, and then they stay on, which is great. I wish the shutter doors also turned on, and then follow. The problem with follow, as soon as you leave the field, is they open back up again. And because the field only extends halfway down the corridor, because I want the player to be well into the corridor, about here, before the trap is sprung. Right. So, player, doody 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 doody, and there's no way out. Doors lock. You're being shot at the butt in the front. You've got mechanoids spawning in. You've got no escape. You have to shoot your way out, and hope you've got enough health and armor to do it. Trigger plates are what you want. No, because you can just re-trigger it by walking over it again. It's the same problem, Johnny. Hey, oh my god, hang on. Gulherm, nice to meet you too, buddy. Welcome to the stream. It's sensing a disturbance in the farce. One sensor to turn it on and another to lock it. Ah, interesting. Interesting, so a double motion sensor setup. Two motion sensors. Would that work? If they had the same field. So the great thing is, like with toggle, even if I leave the field now, these doors won't open. The sentries won't go away. It's only when I now that I've left the field, if I re-enter it, the shutters open up. The problem with a lock-unlock thing is that's, again, it's two-way. So if I set that to motion... Interesting. Let's set you to lock on. You to lock on. What are you doing over there? Leave the field. Into the field. No, the lock does nothing. The lock does nothing because it's not opening or closing. I wish I could set the two to the same one, but I can't. So, toggle. Let's try that. Let's try it on these two. So we add another sensor. Call it corridor lock. And let's do an interactive setup on that one. Oh. Yeah, 4. So that should trigger just after the first one, right? So they go through this one, that block is where the first one triggers, then a block later is the second one. So then, yep, just triggered that one. So, corridor lock on, lock on. Oh, it's inverted that for some reason. on. Leave the field. These guys are the same. Motion lock on. Lock on. Right. So open those two. These two haven't opened, so la 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 la. Doors shut. Leave the field. Re-enter the field. Just open again. So the lock does nothing. Entire chat is like, we're helping. Hey Alex, how's it going, mate? Oh dear. Is the game music running in the background? It certainly is. In fact, Alex right there is the guy that composed it. Okay, so the lock sensor doesn't work. The lock sensor doesn't do anything. I don't think... You can't set it to follow, you can't set it to toggle, because then it just unlocks and relocks. Setting it on is the only option, and it doesn't seem to do anything. So, I don't know. Maybe, maybe somebody can help me in the chat later. Fine. What a motion. Okay. Let's just take the locks off. Take the locks off, take the locks off. Honey, why is that? Why are they both now? It's really weird. Motion, toggle, there you go. Do 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 do. Ah. Leave the field. Ah. Enter the field. Okay, maybe I could live with that. I don't know. Maybe that's the way to reopen the doors then, is to go the way you came. Maybe I'm going to leave a little riddle on the little LCD on the screen saying it opens at the entrance or something like that. 2 steps back, 1 step forward. Something like that. Go backwards to go forwards. That's how you open the doors. Once you defeat the sentry guns and you defeat the 2 thingies, how do you open these without blowing away? You just blow them up. Bring C4 with you. Job done. Right, moving on. Spent far too much time on this bloody corridor. He says as he goes back and adds more stuff to it. There we go. Okay. So what we could do is let's turn signals off a second. Thanks. Jesus, how many times do I have to hit P? Unbelievable. Put you guys off for a second because I need to text you again. What's going on? Just slamming the P button. Nothing's happening. Right. I quite like that texture for sentry guns because it really doesn't stand out all that much. But those 2 are going to be pretty obvious. Unfortunately, yeah, they're going to stand out a bit. They don't even light up because they're not on. So there's no power running through them, so the little light doesn't come on or anything. But the ones at the end, you can't really tell. They do have a little lights as well, but yeah, you can't really tell. Anyway, that corridor is as it should be now. I suppose little death corridor. Enjoy. Right, next up is sort of power room. We're gonna need lights. We're gonna need consoles. We're not gonna have any traps in here. We're just gonna have a couple of spawners. We are gonna want some truss blocks to give it a bit of an industrial look. Basic truss. Onto not the wrong way around. There we go. We got a couple of loot containers at the back here, so I'm going to create a red container and a yellow container, like that. And then use steel rather than concrete, shall we? Couple of pipes.
Nailed it.
Into the generator. There we go. Fernando Corti, Lord Jericho, Slim Wheezy, Fernando Cortines, and Black Mesa. Thank you all very much for the follow. Also, Fluff, 25 minutes ago. I don't think I said thanks for the bits. Also, Malcolm, Dragon Hunter, and George. Thank you very much for the follows as well. My notifications seem to be somewhat intermittent at the moment. Let's grab some heavy glass. Let's do something fun with the roundness. Nice. We'll add a heavy door in. A couple of these ones. These ones could be quite fun sometimes. Screw it. Do you know what? I was going to do some windows there as well, but you know what? Never mind. Just going to have that whirling away in there. That's going to look pretty cool, I think. A little console there. Couple of
Bits and bobs.
Bits and bobs. Very, very right. Absolutely, bits and bobs. There we go. Black Mesa, thank you very much for the 3 bits, sir. Awesome. Good hype. Swing that around. There we go. That looks pretty sweet. We need a better floor texture in here though. We need something a little bit more industrial. Something like that. It's quite good, but darker grey. And then put some lighting in here. These ones are pipes, so we're making these glowy actually. Make these nice and glowy. Love a few glowies. We'll have one orange one and one red one. Input, output.
Nailed it.
Nailed it indeed. Shell shocker? With Z's though. Shell shocker. I don't know. Thank you very much for the follow, sir. Neat, taking notes. Very nice game. Thank you, sir. Finally get to catch one of these. Hey, Shane, what's up? Welcome along. Spanj, I missed the exterior. What are you building today? Alex, just for you, let me give you the grand tour of the brand new Temple of Farr. The first POI of hopefully a many of a new faction called the Brotherhood of Farr that I'm going to send to Elion as, you know, as potentially as a new faction. On the face of it, perfectly innocent looking religious building, temple, for the Brotherhood. For, you know, worshipping purposes, random trust blocks. Oh, where that's come from. You know, there's a few traders in here. Yeah, it's just basically just dudes going about their business and stuff. This is all faction, so you can't steal anything because, you know, and then you've got, you know, big church sort of styly, you know, very preachy. A couple of loot boxes back here to tempt you. Perfectly innocent stuff like a canteen, a little sick bay, a little lounge. And then on the other side, you've got some boarding rooms basically for the monks, all fairly basic technological. And then if you go past the restricted access signs down into the catacombs, again, looks pretty catacomby. come to this door. This looks a bit technologically suspicious for the Brotherhood. Come in through here. If you have to blow your way through that door. If you're gonna come in, you're gonna blow it up, and that will probably make you an enemy of Farr. So then suddenly, you know, your reputation with Farr is Brotherhood is bad. So you know, you go down here and you might get attacked by a few people. Come down here still, and then you come to these suspicious-looking labs, and so begins the actual POI itself in terms of, you know, a dungeon run. So you know, and that's where we are so far. There we go. That's what we're building. POIs. Now, I always like, for some reason, in my engineering sections and stuff, to create some kind of mood lighting. I don't know about you guys, but I quite like the orange light when it comes to engineering areas and stuff. I mean, that's just me. But I think it looks pretty cool. What is that? Oh, no, you wasn't even what I was thought you were. Okay, fine. No problem. I'll kind of remove a lot of the stone. Yeah, I wanted to move kind of a lot of the stone sort of textures from these sorts of rooms because they're a little bit more technological and stuff. Obviously with concrete it doesn't give you a huge amount of options for metallic looking kind of textures and stuff, so we'll have to go with fairly basic kind of repetitive texturing for the ceiling here, which is fine. It's just go back to lab style ceilings. We'll figure that out later. But yeah, we've got a bit of an engineering section here, so we've got a few little warning holograms around, radiation, watch out, be careful. Let's add a couple more consoles in there. Don't like that one. Really don't like that console. Maybe a couple of hologram things as well.
Bits and
A
bobs.
little bit of an engineering station. There we go. Deathmaster, thank you very much for the follow. Jen, thank you for the bit. Song request? Question mark. Fortunately, I can't really do that. I have to use the game music, otherwise, copyright basically. Otherwise, my video will either get taken down completely or claimed by greedy music companies. Because this will go up onto YouTube afterwards. I know a lot of people. They can't make the stream, but they still want to see what I make, so they do watch it afterwards quite a lot. So, sorry, yeah, we're gonna have to put up with just the in-game music, which is still pretty good. I like the in-game music. You know, it's I think one of the better soundtracks out there. Definitely atmospheric for the game. Well, I hope you guys like it as well. But if you don't, talk to Alex. Sorry, Alex. Enjoy that one. But I have not copyright song. Lag. Is the Brotherhood of Farr supposed to be rich and downplaying it, or trying to look even wealthier than they actually are? No, they are. They are filthy, filthy rich, and they don't mind showing it at all. They really don't. But they actively kind of they actively flaunt their cash, really. As with the you know, gilded temples and things like that. Gold for them is part of their life, part of their religion. The whole Brotherhood was founded on huge quantities of gold that was in orbit of their planet, and so it really sort of forms part of their culture. And when I finish the backstory stuff, I'll publish it. If you're interested, you can have a read and stuff like that. I don't want to go too much into it because I'm still figuring out large parts of it. But yeah, they're big spenders. Wow, finish the sort of texturing a bit later. That console there looks a bit odd to me. I don't know about you. It sort of seems a bit wayward. What the word is. It's a bit wayward, and that's because the half blocks of the thing there. So I might just take that off and put it over here instead. A couple of consoles, a couple of banks there and stuff. Okay, so yeah, if you go into this room, there's some loot containers at the back, but otherwise this is pretty uneventful. Yeah, I'll texture this later, but I'll make this all kind of... I'll try and get rid of all this stone texturing and make it all technological and stuff like that. So the only other thing in here is some spawners. So let's have a couple of mechanoids spawning up in here as well. There we go. So they should spawn second you make it through that door. This guy should light up. So we're going to be... What are those little turret things called? You know what I'm talking about? The little bloody hovering turret, gun turret things. What are they bloody called? Xerax test fire melee. Xerax test. Turret robot V2. There we go, that must be them. I have 3 of those. Same as base, static. Yeah, cool. They're annoying. Totally not Daleks. Windbreaker. Absolutely right. Turret robot 2, yeah, well done. Copy though, I had it. Slayer as well. Very nice. You guys Daleks. Nice. Mechanites. Hi from YouTube, says Quorum. Great name. Thanks for making it easy for me. Also, hi. I hope that in the Far region, Parthix has a few gold asteroids. Wouldn't seem right if it's iron. Yeah, I mean, that's going to be part of the instructions I'm going to give to Elion. Alex Jordan, I haven't encountered a single song that I thought was meh. Like, for real, you have a great gift. Keep it up. Awesome work, mate. Eli, absolutely spot on, sir. You moved to YouTube. They should try Roombas with knives. Oh, can you imagine trying to hit them little spinny bastards coming after your ankles? That would be vicious. Very vicious. Good suggestion, though. I like it. Okay, so... Generator room, fuel room, done. A couple of baddies in there. Okay, so the last room is like a control room typey thing. So I want... This is going to be... I want this to be... Why would they have a control room inside a temple, right? With... I don't know how to make... Can you make these things smaller? I don't think you can. There's not a perfect Oh, no, there is. Yeah. Hang on.
Nailed it.
Being mental again, aren't I? Losing my mind. Crawley, dude, thanks for the follow. And also, Guy, you're never met before. Guy, you never met before. Thank you very much for the follow as well. And you're right, correct. Where do you guys come up with these names? Brilliant. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. That's the one I want. I'm gonna show you guys how to make a planet. Right. So, what you could do is 2 half circles. Obviously. But texturing is key. So, what you can do is use this one well, actually white. You could do white if you want like a snow planet or something. But if you make it blue, make it bluer, whatever blue you want, and then using symbols and the green. Planet! Look at that. It's pretty dope, right? It's like a little ocean planet. You could do that and have the undercoat a different color, and so if we go with textures, that one, but make it sort of sand-like. There you go. It's like a rocky desert world or something. Yeah, you can have a bit of fun with it. You can have a bit of fun with it. So like an ocean planet. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Let's go with, I think this one, but it doesn't line up quite right in the middle. You see what I mean? It's always going to have that weird crease. But I guess it's about finding the sort of rotation where it doesn't look so bad. That looks reasonable. You could still notice the crease in there, but it's alright. Yeah. Are you doing new things for your server? Isn't there a camo texture? There is a camo texture, actually, yeah. Let's try that one. Camo texture, interestingly. Look at that! That even looks even more planety! Make it have green, sludgy world. Sludgy world. That's pretty sweet. Green world. But you know, most planets, well I say most planets, Earth for example is like mostly water. But yeah, that could be like cloud cover or shallow spots in the ocean and stuff like that. I think that's pretty sweet. Anyway, there you go. That's how you make random planets in your game. Get on it. Now what I want to do is I want to surround that by like actually we got some deco blocks that would work better here. Deco. What do I want to replace? Doors with the furnishings. Here we go. We've got some actual and the block underneath. Can we do something with that? I think we can. We could make that pyramid. Where's the pyramid? I can never find the pyramid block. It's like elusive. There it is. No, that's the corner one. Damn it, depth perception. Where the feck is the pyramid? Pyramid. Blindness has taken me. I cannot see anymore. These are all corners. Corner. Must be on the first page. Corners. Why can't I search? That would be amazing. Can I search blocks, please? Elion, please give me search and crouch. I don't see the pyramid anyway. You guys see that? In the square down the bottom of this page or the last page. In the square down the bottom. That's a wall corner. We already tried the wall corner. It's not the wall corner. There is a pyramid. I know there is. I used to use it all the time for lag shot armor. Where the hell has it gone? In the squares. Right. Oh, well, this one. There it is. It only took half an hour. It's fine. Right. Bloody hell. Okay. So we can make the pyramid look a little bit like a projection thingy-majig is basically what I was getting at. We want... Time is it? Oh, we're about 9:30. That's cool. Do that. And then we want some like glowy. Make it yellowy glowy. There's reasons. And then the middle one, we want uber glowy, whole block, glowy. More glowy. Yes! Right, there we go. Carve it. And carve it. I suppose you could do stuff on the ceiling as well, I suppose, if you want to accentuate it even more, maybe. Thing is, try and make something kind of interesting to find when you conquer this POI. Oh, I've got the whole block on. There we go. Oh, you bastard. There we go. Got a little planet world floating away in there. And yeah, we could do away with these little things and just have like actual consoles there instead. Oh, brilliant. Oopsies. Undo. Is that a fairly sinister looking little control room? Make it more sinister. More sinister. Yeah. Right. Lots of control roomy type things. Right, we need dancing alien. What is this control field generator? Who knows? So I want a couple of spawns in here. Let's do one at a time. Otherwise it gets a bit mental. Interactive setup. It's a bit repetitive. This element really is. Just do this over and over and over again. Right. Yeah, I want them to spawn as soon as you go towards the door. So that works. Okay, and I want this guy to be... so we want this guy to be... like a normal dude. Like an alien civilian. Yeah. Fat or thin? Alien civilian 4, fat. There you go. 111. He spawns. Now I think the aliens... I don't know if the alien civilians come with weapons. I know the traders will shoot you They have little laser pistols. I'm not sure if the alien civilians have. I could make them Talon Chief, you know, just spawn a Talon Chief. But yeah, we'll have at least one organic dude in there, and he'll be our key holder, basically. The same thing. This guy will be a mechanoid. I have 3 of these. Same as base. 3 mechanoids. 1 dude. We'll have a couple of assault cyborgs in here as well then. There's like proper. Because assault cyborgs are a bit nasty, aren't they? They're a bit dickish. There you go. Assault cyborgs. Assault cyborg sentinel? 2 of those. Okay, cool. That is a busy room. We'll have a couple of loot containers in here, nothing major though. And maybe we'll have some sentries. Should really, it is the control room, it should have sentries, right? Artillery turret! Thousands of artillery turrets in there. Right, I've just had some standard sentries on, not even pop out, just on, always. Always on, right. Okay. So the only thing I don't know at the moment, I'm just waiting for. I've asked Raven for some help with this one because I want to figure out. Because obviously we saw earlier that we could set a door to a token, right? So we can have, say, door here is a big, strong, armored door, and we could set that to say, where was it? In the signal logic, I think. Was it the device? Lock code? Hey, it was the lock code, maybe? No. Where did I see it? I can't remember now. We set it to token. Oh no, I'm confused. I thought it was devices. I thought it was lock code, but there we go. Yeah, token. Set lock code. 4411 token. I don't know how to then get a token to be a lootable item from one of the POIs. That's the problem I have. Talk of funding goals, agent pension. God, you guys are talking coronavirus. That's a risky subject. Don't do that. 2 mechanoids, 1 cup. Dude, cheeky shenanigans. Gross. All that oil. 2 mechs, 1 oil pan. Hey, John Bragg, what's up, dude? Welcome along.
Nailed it.
Honestly, shouldn't have any fighting in this room anyway. This is the war room. Name says it all, then. Can anyone tell me if you can colour glass? Not the edges, the actual glass. You cannot. No. Only the edges. Just stare at the blinky lights in awe. Yeah, so here we go. You can set token on this door. Sometimes what I have to do, or what you might have to do, is name the door, and then in the we'll just auto group everything there. So you can name this. So I can call it Vault Door, right? And then in the config, on the server config itself, you can then say Vault Door is opened by token, and then you set the loot of an NPC to that token, or maybe something like that. Maybe what we can do, instead of giving it to an NPC, we put it in like a desk. Because there is one computer type desk that we can you can open. It's a container, and it's that one. We set that there. One of these is not like the others, and maybe we could set that. What is going on? Come on! Ah, oh, cheating it too many times now. It's going mental. That's not the vault door. Oh, we can't set it to that because that's not something that appears in the control panel, is it? Okay, never mind. Whatever. Fail that. I'll have to work with Raven and see if he can tell me how to sort this out. But for now, let's just set the door. It's not going to take. I mean, you can blow through that with some C4, but if we just trying to think of how to make this tougher, but I don't know if I can. Two doors and a thing, right? And then final vault. So that's some pretty tasty loot right there. On its own. I'm going to add a couple of containers in here as well. And we're going to add some more. A couple of yellows. And a grey out here. Maybe a couple more pallets. I hate those shutter doors. It's so annoying. Okay. Here we go. Some pretty epic loot at the end there. I think that might be a little bit too much. It depends how difficult it is. Obviously, we'll test it. I might do an episode on YouTube where we test it once I've figured out how to actually get it to move to work, of course. The last thing we need to do is take the core out and pop in a NPC core. And we probably want to put that somewhere where you can actually kill it at the end as well. So maybe let's put that. Can I put that in here? Put that there. Put a little grate over it. Gold light for a gold room. Right. The vault. The core. everything in between. And I could do some LCD stuff in here, maybe. Spanj Imperium today are nogged. Never mind. A lot of the stored loot wouldn't even be valuable to a player. Things like statuary and art objects. Favor bits, if you will. Morning, Spanj, you've introduced me to this game through your latest survival series, which has gotten me completely hooked, and I just must to watch every episode. Thank you. Do you have planned schedule for the series, like an episode per day, except every third day or something? Kind of, yeah. I mean, it all goes on when I have time to record them. At the moment, I'm trying to do 4 a week, with something else possibly on Wednesdays, midweek, which is when Elion seem to be dropping these experimental patches. So it kind of works quite well. Red Echo is fun to use. Coins never get the love they deserve. Yeah, so I'm trying at the moment Monday, Tuesday, Imperion, Thursday, Friday, Imperion, Wednesday's Evil Genius at the moment. But I'm also aware that I've got a Satisfactory and an Emborian series to finish as well. So, Spanj Elion said the next experimental phase will break your saves. They will, yes. There's phase 4, which should, I mean, if they keep on schedule, which should be next Wednesday, will break your saves. You will need to start again. Probably because they're going to be changing all the story and a bunch of POIs and all sorts of stuff. So, but don't worry, I plan on Wednesday to do a little bit of digging into what's changed, and then do Thursday's episode is kind of like a tutorial on how to move everything, all your stuff, to a new save without. Well, you got 2 options: using the item menu and cheating everything in, or another option that I'll show you, which is going into the game's folders, directories, and moving some stuff about, which might save some time depending on how much stuff you've got in. But yeah, I'll try and do that on Wednesday as a little tutorial episode. So in here I've got a fair bit of texturing and just fanning about to do, which I could do off camera. I just don't need to sit around doing that. I'll figure out how. I'll ask Raven how the token system works. Hoping he can help me with that. Otherwise, I'll see if I can bug Talon. Maybe maybe he can help me if Raven's too busy. Raven is trying to put a whole Project Eden scenario together for Alpha 12 at the moment, so he's got a fair old amount on his plate, which is fair enough. But otherwise, I think for the most part, this temple is done, other than just texturing. And some LCD work maybe in this control room. And like I said, figuring out how to get through the last doors. And obviously, a lot of you have watched me put together and put these traps and spawners and stuff like that together, so I might move some of these around as well, so it's not all so easy for you. And then, well, before I do that, I might do a quick run of it in the next Chillin Buildin before we then start something new for the Brotherhood. Or new for the Let's Play. I haven't decided yet. There are a few things I need to build for the Let's Play as well, so we might do that. Spanj, how do you feel about the possible Imperion killer being released on May 21st? Not sure if I'm allowed to give the name. May 21st. Imperion killer. Well, you're talking about one of 2 games, I think. Starbase or Dual Universe. I don't think Dual Universe will be out on May 21st. I can't remember. I can't imagine. They might be in beta on May 21st, but I don't think that we lifting the NDA in either turn time. So I think Starbase might be the one you're talking about. I didn't think they had a date yet. Imperion Killer. I assume you're talking about another game that is similar to Imperion, as Imperion Killer, rather than Evil Genius 2. Which is also coming out soon. I can't wait for Evil Genius 2. That's going to be great. I need to know what the 3 dots are on the map. Me too. I am working hard to get a CV in, so we will get that as quickly as possible. Are they adding faction POIs to all planets in Phase 4? I don't know. I don't know what they're doing in Phase 4, actually. All I know is that they're redoing a lot of the story missions. So they might be bringing in some more story elements. They're probably bringing in a bunch of new POIs and stuff, which go with the factions. They might Possibly, I don't know. They might be bringing in some of the factions people have submitted. I know Johnny, if Johnny's still in the chat, he submitted his Appleseed Corporation, which looks pretty cool. That's what I'm working on at the moment, Brotherhood of Farr, but it's a long way from being submitted yet. This is just the first POI and it's not even finished, so... Starship Evo is the name. Starship Evo? I've not even heard of that one. I have to look that one up. Maybe put some caskets in the Catacombs area. What? Which? Well, oh, if we had caskets, I'd put them in there. We don't have them. Imperial is the best. Lay, Lefteris, what's up, dude? Welcome along. You still on the temple? Yeah, I'm pretty much just sort of finishing off now, though, to be honest. Hey, Johnny. Good day from the land down under. Struth. Appleseed Corporation #1. What's Starship Evo then? What is this? This so-called Imperion killer. Starship Evo. I'm gonna look this up. Hang on a bit. Just get rid of a bunch of tabs before I share my screen. There you go. Starship Evo. Next evolution in space. Alright, let's give it a go. Sorry, Alex, we have to pause you for a second. What's this then? Blank screen. Good job, YouTube. Can we try that again, maybe? Oh, I'll tell you what, I've restricted... I use Opera GTX, which is a pretty cool browser. You can restrict a lot of its draws on CPU and RAM and stuff like that. It's nice to do when you're doing a stream like that, but then you forget about it and the browser doesn't work. This is Starship Evo. Okay. Alright, let's have a look at this then. Explore with your friends! An epic world! Jesus Christ. Those asteroids look like they're made of water. Is that glass? Prepare to fight! Point and click. That looks like a salvage laser. I'll be honest, it looks a bit cheesy. It looks very cheesy. Quick repair! I assume that's an auto laser turret because that's not where the player's aiming there. That's nice. I like that block placement. That's quite good. The stretchy things, very Avorian like that. Furries, prepare the flamer. Eli. What Tetris graphics is this? Oh dear. Oh boy. Starship Evo. Imperial Galactic Survival. If it was an anime. Yeah, I'm not so sure, dude. This is the old video. So, okay, so it's got a new one, is it? Right, let's have a look then. Starship Evo. Which one's the new one? So that's 4 days ago. Catching Up. This is by Starship Evo. King's Cube, Starship Evo. 1 week again. These are all like Let's Plays and stuff, yeah? 2020 gameplay test pre-alpha. Okay, 1 week ago.
Years have I waited.
Adverts! God damn it, who puts ads on their channel? Seriously. Gmodism! Is he still going? Good lad. Come on then, Gmodism. Take us through it. What we got? Ladies and gentlemen. What?
This is your host. And we are back into Starship Evo.
Starship Evo, ladies and gentlemen.
Anyways.
Yeah. Exploration. Oh, okay. Are we in God mode? Oh, that's pretty cool. It's like a whole Halo thing.
Ooh. So we can build. By the way, if you want to see your character from
it's the furries. It's totally like World of the Furries. Alright, so you're building some stuff. Okay. That's like Starbase with the whole connecting stuff.
Oh no, the game crashed.
Oh no, the game crashed.
The music is very nice, is it not?
Oh dear, what sort of game crashes? Honestly, it's just terrible. I mean, you know, no game I play crashes. You can pick different races to play. Something Imperial and is still missing. Yeah, quite right. I don't know.
Very nice.
I think that's the sort of thing that will come. You can eventually be Talon or Polaris or even Xerax eventually, I think.
Oh, look.
Is the idea.
Oh my god.
Little RCSs and stuff?
First time, we can just put them on there. Well, that's lost.
I think you just blew something up.
Stabilize control by jumping out. Oh.
Okay. It kind of looks like Imperion was maybe several alphas ago. It's just one guy in the development team. Well, that's a little bit more impressive, though, isn't it? I can't believe Spanj is showing a furry game during his Imperion stream. All right, I'm sorry. I was curious. Let's go back to Imperion. What Imperion lacks in is polish and quality of life. Doom Noodle, yes, you absolutely hit the nail on the head there. I think quality of life changes are sorely needed. Sorely needed. Snipe Cool Bunny, dude, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub. That is awesome, dude. That was 15 minutes ago. I apologize I missed it. Again, I'm not sure my notifications are really coming through my ears at the moment. Also, thank you to FarmanDDK1974 for the follow. Mortnir for the follow. Messamoon for the follow. Crawley for the follow as well. Thank you very much. But yeah, Snipe Cool Bunny for the tier 1 sub. Thank you very much. That is excellent. Epic, dude. CPU limits, what? Hope Imperion adds all that stuff soon. I mean, it is definitely on a list of things to add. The thing is, their list of things to add is longer than the bloody planet, I swear. And that's round, so that's pretty long. Yeah, I mean, because they were talking about in the live stream we did. Obviously, the abilities. This is the one before the last one, to select your race and go through some character creation, and you know, I mean, it's not something they're actively developing at the moment, but it's on the list. And a lot of the answers to stuff like, "Hey, Elion, can we have this? Can we have this?" It's already on the list. Things like grenades and flamethrowers and different weapons, and it's on the list. The problem is with that answer is it gives us no indication whatsoever of when we might possibly see that, because they don't have a roadmap, but they don't work with a traditional roadmap. They just kind of, I don't want to say they make it up as they go along, but they basically make it up as they go along. So,
nailed it.
Hey, Farman. Hi, Spanish. Awesome content. I envy your beard. I just shaved most of it off after, because it was getting a bit unruly and stuff, so I trimmed it back. But the hair is the issue at the moment. I can't obviously go to a barber or anything, so that's just growing. I'm going to have a German-style mullet soon, I think. Anyway. Sin Technology, thank you very much for the follow, and Bishbosh also, thank you very much for the follow, so it's very cool, very cool. So yeah, this is the temple. The temple is pretty much done. I'm going to finish it off camera, because the only stuff left is boring things, or things I don't know how to do yet. I'm going to do some more texturing, I think. I want to do something with these corners here, and make them a little less right-angly. And yeah, a bit more texturing, like around here. We need some more sort of technological texturing, the pipes and stuff, that sort of things, you know, basic stuff. We've done a bit of texturing here and there as we go with the labs and stuff like that, maybe. But yeah, there's still quite a lot to do. This whole room needs doing, the vaults, these corridors, etc, etc. I'm going to try and make these corridors nice and dark and creepy and stuff, so it should hopefully be a mix between kind of sinister horror and stuff. Yeah. Once it's finished, I'll try and load it into a scenario and actually bring a run of it. I'll run it myself in a basic scenario and see how it runs. But for the purpose of the next week's stream, we're going to be starting something new. I'm going to do a CV, okay? I'm going to do capital vessel for the Brotherhood. I'm in a different creative mode, but in my last creative mode I actually started something kind of bulky, and I sort of had a bit of inspiration around this symbol in regards to the CV's shape. So I'm going to try and incorporate that shape, that symbol, into the shape of the ship. Not from a top-down point of view necessarily, but from a frontal point of view. Everything about the front of the ship looks like that kind of thing. That's what I'm going to try and go for anyway. That's all I've got in my mind. We'll see what else happens. I'll throw some blocks down and see what happens, but that's what we're going to do next week. Even in Spanj, when doing a faction, what sort and how much POIs, chips, etc. So if you're doing a faction for Elion to possibly add to the game, the minimum that they're asking for is 1 ground POI, 1 space POI, and a patrol ship initially, and then obviously to add more and more onto it. I'm not going to submit the Brotherhood of Farr until I've got at least 2 temples, a couple of shrines, maybe a residence type building, like an admin type building, defense towers, a space station, and 2 patrol type vessels. So quite a lot of work to do, but I think submitting it at that stage will be much more useful to them. But that's just me. You don't actually have to do that if you're going to do the same thing. So yeah. Temple. We'll put a pin in that one. We'll move on to something next week. But yeah. This just in. Next stream, Spanj goes full frontal. It's my TSY faction logo. Kidding on the copyright. It is quite a good, I think, one of the symbols that are available. It's quite a good one, isn't it? So yeah. I don't know how old your TSI faction is, but the Brotherhood goes back a few years. So that would be a quite good one for a faction as well. These are the only ones available to us, and out of those, you're probably only going to really choose maybe these bottom ones and these ones here as faction icons. Maybe these ones up here as well, actually. These alien-looking ones. If you're doing an orc faction from Warhammer, that would be perfect. With Warg written across it. Dear. Alpha 7? Shattered Realm. Alpha... When did Shattered Realm start? Jen, was that Alpha 9? I can't remember now. Starfleet shipyard next to the temple. Is that a Starfleet? Oh, right. Is that a Starfleet? Well, I can see why you think that. No, that was a shipyard for the... Emerald Moon, that was it. Had Jade for some reason stuck in my head. Clan Emerald Moon. The Emerald Moon clan. It's a pretty cool space station though. It's huge. Absolutely massive. But yeah. Runway lights. Hey Spanj, do you know anything about the Legacy faction? Not a huge amount, other than what sort of bits and bobs I've read on the forums about it. But Legacy are basically a kind of weird alien faction that keep taking over all these buildings. So, you know, like the abandoned bunker, the abandoned drone base, all those abandoned stuff have got loads of those different alien bugs and horrors and stuff in them. That's the Legacy. That's Legacy. They basically, from what I could tell, the Legacy is like a microscopic hive mind organism that kind of takes over bodies and mutates them and stuff into these horrific creatures and goes about, you know, creating and taking over these structures and causing havoc and stuff. They have a bit of a backstory to them, the forums that you can read up on. But yeah, they're kind of like, I think, one of the main bad guys other than the Xerax. I know many things about the Legacy. Well, do spill, but I can't share too much. Why not, Alex? Why not? Are you under NDA? I see the Creole are hexapods and assassins. Yep. For now, I mean, a lot of these are just placeholders, guys. You got to remember that as well. So why not name it something cooler rather than the Legacy? What would you suggest, Doom? They're the Zerg Tyranids. We call them Zerg Tyranids. Copyright strike. People's Friend of Canada says, I was going to build a new ship called the Bolt, but it seemed too wimpy, like low grade, lol. The Bolt is a tier 1 entry level craft. I think it suits it quite well. But, you know, whatever. Ian Hazy, what's up, dude? G'day, Mr. Spanj. Hope you're well, mate. I am good, mate. I am not doing too badly, considering. Trying to rebuild an abandoned bunker at the moment. Oh, it's a bloody task. Jesus, that must take a while. Do you know any backstory on the Creole? I don't, actually. I did read a bit of what Jay Randall submitted on the forums, and they're basically like hyper-aggressive, super territorial bastards. The Ziggrinids. Rickshaw, or whatever. Something alien sounding. Maybe they are alien sounding, but you can't pronounce their name, so the Legacy is actually the name the UCH have given them, or the Polaris, or whatever they're known as. I'm honoured with the Creole, the Talon, and the Polaris in my survival game. How do you get honoured with these super aggressive bastards? Because they hate the Xerax, I suppose. Some hints about Legacy lore in a solo mission of the Talon in game. Looks like Xerax and Talon were allied like ages ago, just to fight their Legacy danger. They were, yeah. The thing. The Zerg evade copyright strike. I know a lot of Creole stuff. Ask me. Yeah, man. Spanj is Creole lore. They're an advanced insectoid race that kills anything other than insects. Bastards. They will help insects and advance them. Jed just says, ew. Jay Randall explained Creole agenda in one of his later videos. Yeah, there you go. He's good. His talents are just unbelievable. So good. But then I wonder how many hours in the game he's got. So I should imagine they're over 10,000 now. And they do say if you want to become a master at anything, you need to put 10,000 hours into it. So if he's been building in Imperium for 10,000 hours, he's been 4.5. Oh, he's still got a little ways to go then. 4.5. Still shitloads. Oh my god. God damn. He's well on his way to becoming the absolute master then, isn't he? The Yoda. I mean, he already pretty much is. After Alpha 12 came out, he flew to all the territories of the new factions in space and found nothing. Yeah. But this might be Phase 4, might be doing a lot of that. But also, you've got to remember that a lot of the structures of these factions will only spawn on certain types of system. So they might only spawn on temperate planets. And only some systems have, like, the right star, the right sun for temperate planets. So, yeah, you got to watch it out. Because I found that as well. I went through Creole space and found nothing. Until I went to a certain planet. I think it was a snow world, or it was an alien world, I think. Managed to find one. And then there was Creole stuff, and there was like 3 POIs across the entire planet, and that was it. But, yeah. It's cheap at 5.5 for me. Still, but that's playing the game, not so much just constant building, though, is it, Stu? Because that's pretty much what Jay does, is mostly just spends his time building. Okay. Anyway, guys, I'm going to have to call it there. Like I said, we're going to put a pin in this one, and we'll start something else next week. I'll be back during the week. Monday, Tuesday, normal Imperion. Wednesday, I'll probably do another Evil Genius episode, because I absolutely love that game, and it's so much fun. So tough. And then Thursday, Friday, hopefully Thursday will be a bit of a tutorial episode about how to move to a new save game, and then Friday back into normal kind of let's play stuff after the new version destroys everything and forces us all to restart and stuff like that. But anyway, thank you very much for joining me today. Hope you've enjoyed the stream. I always enjoy hanging out with you guys and building stuff and having a laugh. It's good. Yeah, like I said, join me next week. We'll start a CV for the Brotherhood. Should be interesting. I'm gonna make a capital vessel look like a temple, but we'll give it a go. Thanks everybody. Have a wonderful rest of your Saturday. If you have any of it left, enjoy the rest of your weekend, and stay safe, stay well, wash your fucking hands, and I'll see you very soon. Good night. Oh, before I go, thank you so much to everybody who has followed, who has subscribed, who has thrown bits around, super chats, all that stuff in between. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome, as always. Anyway, good night. Thank you. God bless. Stay safe. Wash your fucking hands. All that stuff. Have a good one, everyone. Bye-bye.